So another game that I completed, it was really difficult knowing how to do the last boss. It was not obvious. That's the thing about old games. They were a little bit harder and you just didn't know what to do because there was no guides. It's not like now where you can just look it up on the internet. It was The Lion King. So there was The Lion King on the Master System. We're not talking about that because the Master System was just averagely good. I have very fond memories about playing The Lion King. I just think it's a very good game. The music on the first level, I found it so enchanting. It's like obviously music from the movie, but it's a game version. But it's so beautiful. I really love it. I just spent ages just standing on the spot, just jamming out to the music. I just loved the music. The music was so great. I just can't wait to be king. I just can't wait to get past this level because I don't fucking know what to do. This level, I figured this out without a guide. I cannot believe it. I don't know how I did it. I just generally think I was better at games when I was younger. There's games I play now and I'm like, I could do this when I was 12. Why can I not do it now? I've lost my edge. It's such a beautiful, striking level. It's got such bright colours and the music's really cool and everything. And you have to roar at monkeys to get them to obey you. You little bastards, turn that direction. I need you to throw me that way. There was also a point you had to ride on the back of an ostrich. And you had to jump and duck obstacles. But this was very, very specific. Sometimes you thought you were doing it correctly and he would get hit and die. I can still remember the death music. It was like a do 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 do. Like the Sonic Drowning music, it just burns into my mind. Set the Sonic Drowning music as your alarm, you'll get out of bed no problem. Put the phone on the other side of the room, set the Sonic Drowning music as your alarm, you will get up and you'll be like, right, I'm up now. I'm awake, I'm alerted, I'm in a state of panic and shock. Hakuna Matata. No worries. Can't get up that log waterfall? Hakuna Matata. No worries. Yes, worries. I can't fucking do it. And there's lives. In older games, there's lives. You get continues, you get lives, but these run out. Good to start again. I can't remember if you had to start the game from the beginning or if you had to start the level from the beginning. I actually forget. Probably the game. I would think the game. They weren't so forgiving back then. One of my subscribers said that hard games don't exist anymore. We need more hard games so the games last longer, and that is true, but I don't want to play a hard game. I don't want a game that don't checkpoint regularly, that don't save you on points in bosses. There's 20 billion stages to this boss, but if you die, you have to start from the beginning. No thank you. I don't care if it makes the game longer. It makes the game more stressful. But yeah, there's a log waterfall in Hakuna Matata. And this was a really stressing point for me because I knew that once I got to the top and I defeated the boss there, I could move on to the next realm. I could be an adult. And to me, this is where the game really came into its own. When you became an adult lion and you become adult Simba, it was just really cool. Yes, the levels were bloody hard, but they were really cool, and it was really fun running around as grown-up Simba because his hair, that hair, just flicking around like he uses Pantene or Wash and Go, like he's doing some kind of a shampoo commercial. I just loved the way his hair, his mane was animated. I just thought it was so lovely, and the way he ran. And the first stage when you grow up is really nice. It's like at night and the music's beautiful and it's quite tranquil, other than the monkeys throwing their shit at you and boulders trying to squash you. I liked this level a lot. See, there was this point in Kamuna Matata. Kamuna Matata? What the fuck does that mean? So there was this point in Hakuna Matata, I can't fucking say this. So there's this vertical waterfall. That's how waterfalls work. I had no idea how stupid that sounded until I said it out loud. But what I mean by that is there's these logs coming down vertically, just in lines, in rows, at different rhythms, at different speeds, and what you have to do here is jump up the logs and make your way up the waterfall, but you're right at the fucking bottom. Basically, you're right at the bottom of the waterfall and you have to make your way up, and it's really stressing because you know that it's getting closer towards the water, and Simba can't swim because he's a cat and they fucking hate water. Some logs move really slowly, some logs move like the speed of fucking light. It's just as medium, slow and really fucking sonic speed logs coming down this waterfall that you have to jump up. Now, it's okay if you can get him to jump correctly. He does this kind of more of a jump, and that's good. I think that's the one you want him to do. But then he'll do this more sort of streamlined, tighter, kind of just up and slightly to the side. That is the jump you do not want him to do in this situation. That is the jump that fucks everything up. This is the jump that you swear at because you know it's fucked up your chances of surviving this waterfall, because it's harder than it sounds. I found this very difficult. When I got to this part, I was like, oh my god, right, this is it. We're just about to grow up. I just have to do this one obstacle of a fucking annoying waterfall mechanic log fucking thing. But when I did it and I got to the monkey, I was like, please don't fuck this up. Because it's not a particularly hard boss, but if you get too close to him, he slaps you and it's not very nice. And I think, well, if you die on this monkey, that will be bloody shit, because you'll have to do the whole game again, I think. If you die and you run out of lives and continues, and then, yeah, your tiny little chance of moving on to the parts you like. Just go. So freaking easy. Just take them from you. So freaking easy. But there's a lava level. There's a lava level that is just a pain in the tits. It's really, really awful. I can't remember why I don't like this level. I think it's the part at the end where you have to avoid the volcanic eruptions and you have to block them with rocks. I remember it being particularly hard and particularly scary, because I don't remember it being particularly easy. How many times do you want to say particularly? Yes. Yep, so I just remember this lava level being a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. But yeah, the end boss is really great. The music and everything, the setup, it's all really cool. But then you get to the point where you, at the end, part with Scar, and it's not clear how you kill him. You're attacking him, it's like a stage, a different stage, like you fight him, he fucks off to another area, you progress, you climb up a bit, you get higher and higher. But there's a point where you're at the top of Pride Rock, and you're hitting him, avoiding him, all this other stuff, because he's quite hard. It's quite a time-consuming energy draining boss because it goes on for so long and you have to do so many different like things and you have to keep hitting the buttons to attack him. You have to make sure you attack him successfully. And then there's a point where he pants. That's when you can kind of like really attack him. He pants. And there's a point where he's panting all the time and you're hitting him and he's panting and he's not dying. You can tell he's wounded. You can tell you're doing good because he's panting for a long period of time. He's exhausted. You're like, right, he must be nearly dead. And you can do this for 20 hours and the results will be exactly the same. He's still panting 50 hours in. What the hell? But there's a move where you can roll with a wounded enemy, like an enemy that's panting, that's open to attack. You can roll with them. You can do this and do like a wrestling move. Just roll with them and throw them. That's what you have to do. You have to get him close to the edge. You have to make sure you roll the correct way because the way you think he's going to throw him, he doesn't. You have to do this and it's not clear at all. And I remember thinking, what am I doing wrong? What the hell am I doing wrong? He's obviously injured. Why is he not dying? And you have to roll and throw him off throwing a rock. And it's so abrupt. It's like it knows that you've probably been doing this for 50 hours. And it just ends so quickly. Throw him off. He disappears that screen and it's do to the end of the game. We'll stand on the end and clouds and everything rolling. But yeah, it's really not clear, and I remember not even knowing what to do, and then when I realised, oh, you've got to roll and throw him off. So yeah, that was fun times. I loved the Stampede in this. It was so good. It was really great. It was done so well. It just felt so like you got your adrenaline going and it felt so like scary and like intense and oh my god, and the music here is really great and the style of it also, the fact you're running, because this was a thing, this also happened in Mickey Mouse, which I'm going to talk about too, where you're running at the camera and there's something behind you running with you, at you, and you just have to avoid enemies and stuff. Also Crash Bandicoot had this with boulders and stuff, so it's an old kind of mechanic that's used, but it works quite well. I think it works really well, and the Stampede is very good. I know on the Master System it's really shit. It's from the side and almost like just kind of, I know it's an older console, they can't help it, but it's just like they ain't got legs or anything, they're just like a hovering it's like somebody's made a prop of a buffalo. Is it a buffalo? I think so. Wildebeest. I think it's a wildebeest. Wildebeest. We're going to go with wildebeest, even if it's wrong. It's one of those words, if you say it too much, it don't sound like a word anymore. So, yeah, wildebeest, Stampede. And, yeah, it's like someone's made a prop of a wildebeest. Just the head and put, like a broom. It's, like, made from a broom, and then they've put a blanket over it, and it's on a skateboard, and it's just going along the floor. That's basically what it looks like. You've just got to jump onto platforms and not land on the ground very often, and then occasionally one will come and occasionally another one will come, and it's not very scary, but they really did it well on the Mega Drive. I really liked this level. This is a level I was really excited to get to because it was just very, very good. Anyway, so that's The Lion King. One of my fondest memories, even though I struggled with it, it's one of those games that I managed to complete. There's not many of the old games that I managed to complete. It's crazy. It's really crazy how some games I just could not complete them, no matter how I tried. Tomb Raider 3 as well. I've only completed it once, I think, properly all the way through. It's just so hard. So anyway. So, Mickey Mouse. There was Castle of Illusion. This is the one I played the most.